If I may ask you about the meeting the US and the European foreign ministers are taking, and what does it signal? Or does it signal a potential shift in Syria's international relations? What do you think will be the strategic objectives of this meeting?
Thank you, Mona, for having me. Of course, it signals a very significant shift in Syrian European relations and also in Syrian US relations. Syria, since the 1960s, has been a core ally of regional and international powers that were considered as antagonistic to the West and Europe in particular, namely the Soviet Union and then Russia, and of course Iran. Now, with the fall of the Assad regime, or the Ba'athist regime in Syria, which presided over the country for over 54 years, and even before that, 58 years actually, now it signals that Syria might actually become a partner and maybe even an ally of Europe and the United States in the Middle East and in the Eastern Mediterranean. Of course, Syria is of central importance to the Europeans in particular due to security considerations, of course, given that Syria was a net exporter of terrorism for quite a significant number of years during the Civil War, especially from 2014 until 2018. And many European cities witnessed massive terrorist attacks that were carried out by organizations and individuals affiliated with terrorist and extremist organizations inside Syria. So the Europeans have a vested interest in establishing a sort of partnership to maintain security and cooperate on counterterrorism with the new administration, despite, of course, the new administration having a very questionable background in this regard. And of course, they do have a very integral geopolitical interests over there too, because it's in Syria, it's in Europe's interest to curtail Russian influence in the Eastern Mediterranean, and Russia's only base on the Mediterranean lies in Syria. And now the Europeans are actually pressuring the Syrians to kick the Russians out, and so are the Americans. And of course, there are a multitude of economic opportunities in a country like Syria that can be exploited, of course.